So, this week there wasn't necessarily a theme that I'm aware of. So I'm just gonna go off of what I wanted to do. So genuinely and normally, I don't really let it show, but I do have a very low self-esteem. And recently, some stuff happened that I think all of that's like on my vlog channel, I think. But basically, I'm going to talk about my journey. So in October of last year, and I know that's driving me nuts too. Trust me, I know it's there. But October of last year, I was getting mental health issues and I was getting mental health issues? What? I was getting help from a professional with my mental health problems. Last year I was having a lot of mental breakdowns. I felt that I wasn't worth anything. I felt that there was just no place for me. That I wasn't nothing special. And don't get me wrong, like I don't think now like, oh, I'm special, or oh, I deserve everything more than anybody else. No, I don't think that way. But that's just how I felt last year. I just felt like nothing. My grades fell. My teachers were calling my mom every day. I lied a lot. I would constantly feel like everybody just was there because they had to be, not because they wanted to be. And so I got help. And a lot of what led up to me having to go in for mental treatment is not only because I had a breakdown, but I'm going to get to the reason why I had the breakdowns. I had those breakdowns because of I had just came from a period in my life where I had many toxic people in my life. I'm not going to put names out there, nor am I going to say like what caused it. I'm just going to say like they were people that weren't meant to be in my life. And things did not end very well. And so I was no longer friends with those people, except for like one, and then like that ended up going down the drain anyway. So basically, those people were just not meant to stay in my life. And after that happened, my self-esteem plummeted. How I felt my self-worth plummeted, my confidence plummeted. Everything about me just plummeted. And then I have pictures of last year where I was almost emo. I mean, like, I still love the emo fashion to this day. I mean, you kind of tell just a little bit. And the black t-shirt, but that don't really say nothing for that. Because, like, that I'll get to, like, towards the end of the video. So there was a lot to work on. I was in therapy from October of last year until July of this year, or late June. And what we worked on was my self-esteem, my depression, and my anxiety. Because to this day, I still get very, very anxious over things. And we also had to deal with my social anxiety. And part of that was, if I even saw like a nice person that was like my age and I knew was like my age, I'll be so afraid to talk to them. Rather it was online, in person, whatever the case may have been, because of I had experienced all this stuff and didn't really know how to deal with it. And so what ended up happening is that I obviously went to therapy. I feel like I'm like a broken record right now, but there's a reason. So once we had gotten my self-esteem up, I'm gonna tell you right now, I had a lot of people I looked up to that like were positive. I mean, like, I love Five Sauce, don't get me wrong, but like at that point I was like, okay, I need to break out of this broken scene and be able to dive into something where what's being promoted is positivity and self-love and self-worth. Self-worth? Huh? Self-worth. So one of my idols became Demi Lovato. And Demi definitely, still to this day, helps me so much, which I don't know how most people feel about her. I know there's people that say, crackhead Demi, and then there's people that say, you know, she's a very strong, independent woman. Anyway, I'm not going to get political. So, I personally found myself seeing her for the independent woman portion, because if I had watched her documentary, Simply Complicated. I was already a part of the fandom before that, but I never really listened to her on a daily, watched her videos, whatever, until I seen Simply Complicated. And when I seen Simply Complicated, it taught me a lot. One of the reasons that I ended up in getting help is because I had a lot of anxiety and panic over drug addiction that is in my family. I feel like I'm messing up a lot today, but I don't even care. That was a big part of it. So really there was like two halves to what I was dealing with. Plus on top of that, my dog had just died. My grandpa that died back in 2012, that still bothered me really, really badly. So once I had seen what Demi had went through, I was like, oh my god, this is something I kind of relate to, even though she was the addict in herself. Like, she understood what it was like to see what her family went through. So, like, she knows what it's like for the family. And, like, I kind of really honestly relate to Demi's little sister. Because of the person that, I'm not even going to say for what or, like, who it was like a sibling to me. So it was just like, wow, these people get me. And so from there, I understood that Demi was talking a lot about how she learned to have her confidence and her self-love, and then from there, mine just took off. And I started to learn more of who I was, and like started getting more independent and like not needing all these people in my life. Like, I just had like my grandma, my parents, my best friend, and that was really all I needed at that point. Because those were the positive people in my life. And then after that, fast forward by well, if we're gonna leave off in like when I learned about that, it was probably early of this year, like back in March. Like, this March I had even told a boy, I was like, I'm great and you don't deserve me, because of he just wanted things. We'll just leave it that way. And so I had the self-confidence to tell him that if he didn't want me for me, he wasn't worth it. And my cat. Basically what had happened is I just told him how I felt. And he didn't like that. Then I got sassy with him. So that went down the drain. Fast forward to June. That's when like all that other stuff went down that I talked about on my vlog channel. And then now. Now, I have a sponsorship with a modeling company. And I have a photo shoot tomorrow even. Like I literally just bought clothes for that today. So I just kind of wanted to do like a video about my journey and like you may have been at this point one day, but you could be at this point the next. Well, not the next day. But like, you can always be a success story.